As a chosen one, your true power may come from letting others misunderstand you. Your journey is unique and full of deep spiritual insights and challenges. Ancient wisdom speaks to your strength and genuine acceptance, urging you to let go of the need for validation. The first reason you find true freedom in letting go of validation is that it frees you from the need for external approval. When you stop seeking others' understanding or agreement, you regain your power and peace. This is the essence of true freedom, is living authentically without being held back by other people's opinions. For example, if you get into a heated argument with someone who won't see your point of view, instead of wasting energy trying to explain yourself, you choose to walk away and keep your inner peace. This act of self-restraint and self-respect changes you. You are no longer a slave to the need for validation. You become the master of your own emotional state. Your decision not to engage in futile arguments shows that you are strength, and a deep sense of self-worth are shown in the biblical story of Jesus before Pilate. Pilate asked Jesus questions to try to understand him and his mission, but Jesus stayed silent. He didn't plead his case or try to explain himself. His silence was not a sign of weakness. It was a sign of supreme strength and inner peace. Jesus knew that his mission was to die for the sins of the world, and truth were far beyond the comprehension of those who sought to judge him. He accepted the misunderstanding, demonstrating that his worth and purpose were not dependent on others' approval or understanding. In another moment, Pilate, puzzled, led by Jesus' silence, asked, "Do you refuse to speak to me? Don't you realize I have power either to free you or to crucify you?" Jesus answered, "You would have no power over me if it were not given to you from above." This response highlights a profound truth, the validation compared to the divine mission and the inner peace that comes from knowing and fulfilling your purpose. What others think or say doesn't matter. Jesus' acceptance of being misunderstood and his calm in the face of injustice show that true power lies in letting go of the need for external validation and staying true to your higher calling. By accepting misunderstanding, you align yourself with a higher purpose and find strength in your authenticity. You learn that your journey, guided by your inner truth, is far more important than what others think. Letting go of validation means you no longer depend on the unstable foundation of external approval, but stand firm on the unshakable ground of self-awareness and divine purpose. This is the path of the chosen ones, where your power and peace are found in your unwavering commitment to your spiritual journey despite being misunderstood. The second reason you find strength and wisdom in welcoming diverse perspectives is that it fosters an environment of openness and respect. You call this openness, cultivating a space where multiple viewpoints can coexist. It makes your experiences richer and helps you understand the world better. This openness shows that you are confident in your path and accept the complexity of human existence. In your daily life, think about the times when you talk to people who see the world differently. Instead of feeling threatened by their views, you choose to listen and understand. Choice changes how you interact with others, turning conflicts into chances for growth. You learn new things that help you become more adaptable and wise. Accepting different points of view doesn't weaken your position. It makes you better able to handle life's challenges with grace and wisdom. Think of the mythological story of Odysseus, who faced many trials and misunderstandings on his journey. Each island he visited and each challenge he faced gave him new perspectives and experiences. Odysseus faced many challenges, like the clever Cyclops and the tempting sirens. These challenges tested his resolve and made him a better person. They weren't just problems, they were lessons that helped him understand people and the world better. Through these trials, Odysseus learned patience, resilience, and the value of different points of view. In one moving moment, when he was dead, he met the shades of his fallen comrades and gained. This meeting gives him deep insights into life and death. It shows that he has fully accepted different points of view as he listens to the stories and regrets of those who have died. This wisdom, which comes from accepting different points of view, helps him through the rest of his challenges and helps him get back to his place in Ithaca. Odysseus's journey is a powerful reminder that every point of view and every misunderstanding is a chance to grow and learn. By welcoming different points of view, you enrich your spiritual journey and deepen your understanding of yourself and others. Your connection to the world shows that true wisdom comes from accepting and learning from the many experiences and points of view around you. This acceptance is not a sign of weakness. It is a deep strength that lets you grow beyond what you already know. Accepting different points of view means you open yourself up to the endless possibilities of growth and wisdom that life has to offer. Standing firm in your truth while honoring the truths of others is the path of the chosen ones. Strength and wisdom grow when you have a lot of different experiences and points of view. The third reason you work on inner peace is that true peace comes from within and doesn't depend on what other people think of you. This deep understanding frees you from the need for approval and recognition from others, which lets you focus on your own spiritual growth. Think about your daily life, where you are often bombarded by other people's opinions and judgments. You might get criticized at work, family members giving you unsolicited advice, or negative comments on social media can be distracting. But no matter how you choose to practice meditation regularly, it will help you center yourself in the midst of external chaos. Through this practice, you will connect deeply with your inner self and find a source of peace and strength that is not affected by outside opinions. This daily ritual will become your sanctuary, a place where you can retreat and strengthen your spirit against the distractions and noise of the world. Meditation is not just a practice, but a profound act of self-affirmation by dedicating time to stillness and introspection. You affirm that your worth and peace are intrinsic, not contingent upon the fluctuating tides of external validation. Each session deepens your connection to your inner truth, reinforcing the understanding that your value comes from who you are, not from what others perceive you to be. Reflect on the teachings of spiritual leaders and sages who have walked this path before you. They often faced misunderstanding and they faced criticism, but stayed calm and centered. Their stories are powerful reminders that achieving inner peace takes commitment and resilience. By following their examples, you strengthen your own resolve and find comfort and strength in your inner sanctuary. Your journey toward inner peace also changes how you interact with the world. As you cultivate this inner calm, you become less reactive to outside forces and respond to challenges with calm and grace instead of anxiety and anger. This change not only improves your own well-being, but it also has a positive effect on those around you, creating a ripple effect of peace and understanding. Your calm presence becomes a beacon for others, showing them the power and possibility of living from a place of inner peace. By cultivating inner peace, you align more closely with your higher self and spiritual purpose. You gain clarity on your path, making decisions that honor your true essence instead of giving in to outside pressures. Fosters a deeper sense of fulfillment and joy as you live in harmony with your values and aspirations. The fourth reason you seek authentic connections through acceptance is that true bonds are forged in the crucible of mutual respect and acceptance, not in the relentless pursuit of being understood. Authenticity thrives when you and others can be yourselves without fear of judgment or the need for validation. Consider your daily interactions with family members. There may be times when their viewpoints clash, with your own leading to friction and misunderstandings. For instance, you might have a sibling whose life choices and beliefs differ significantly from yours. Instead of engaging in debates or trying to convince them to see things your way, you choose to accept their perspective with an open heart. This acceptance doesn't mean you agree with them, but it demonstrates your respect for their autonomy and experiences over time. This approach deepens your relationship, fostering a connection based on genuine respect, and by practicing acceptance, you create a safe space for real conversation and mutual growth. Your family member feels valued and understood, not judged or pressured to change. This environment lets both of you be yourselves, which builds a strong and meaningful relationship. The bond you share shows the power of acceptance and respect, showing that true connection is about embracing diversity instead of following a single viewpoint. The story of Ruth and Naomi is a great example of how true connection can happen through acceptance. Ruth, a Moabite woman, chooses to stay with her mother-in-law Naomi after their husbands die, even though they are from different cultures and have different backgrounds. Ruth's unwavering loyalty and acceptance of Naomi's situation create a deep and lasting bond. Ruth's declaration, "Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people and your God my God," shows how deeply she is committed to and accepting of Naomi's situation. Ruth and Naomi's relationship grows into one of deep trust and support as they go through their own struggles and differences. Naomi, who is initially bitter and broken by her losses, finds comfort and strength in Ruth's acceptance and companionship. Ruth's acceptance of Naomi's grief and cultural background, along with her unwavering support, turns their bond into a source of hope and renewal. Their story shows how this happens. Real connections aren't made by agreeing or being similar. They're made by accepting and respecting each other's unique journeys and experiences. If you use acceptance as the basis for connection, you can change your relationships by letting go of the need to be understood and instead focusing on accepting others as they are. This creates an atmosphere of trust and respect. This method not only strengthens your current relationships, but it also draws in new ones, are real and important. The fifth reason you take the transformative power of compassion is that true compassion grows when you stop trying to change others and accept them as they are. This big change in how you see things not only makes your spiritual journey better, but it also makes the lives of the people around you much richer. Think about your time volunteering at a local shelter, where you met people from all walks of life, each with their own problems and stories of hardship. Instead of giving them advice they didn't ask for, you choose to just listen instead of trying to fix their problems. You give them your presence, your empathy, and a safe space where they can say what they need to say without worrying about being judged. This act of pure compassion lets you connect with others on a deeply human level, validating their experiences and affirming their worth. By accepting people as they are, you create an environment where true healing and understanding can happen. Your willingness to listen without judgment or the need to change others shows a deep respect for their journey. This respect builds trust and safety, which encourages others to open up and share their deepest thoughts and feelings. In return, you learn more about their struggles and successes, which broadens your own perspective and creates a sense of connection. Think about how this approach changes not only the people you help, but also yourself. When you embrace compassion without wanting to change others, You start to see the world through a lens of empathy and kindness. Your interactions become more meaningful, and your relationships grow stronger because of the bonds of mutual respect and understanding. This change is not just about how you affect others. It's also about the deep change that happens within you. You become more aware of what others need, more patient, and more understanding, which in turn helps you grow spiritually. In these moments, you realize that true compassion is not about solving problems, but about being there for others and offering your presence. By accepting others as they are, you create a ripple effect of kindness and understanding that goes far beyond the moment. This ripple effect changes the way you interact with the world, creating a culture of compassion and acceptance that can change lives. Your compassionate approach at the shelter is a great example of how accepting others can lead to big changes. By listening to their stories and being there for them, you give people hope and dignity that helps them find their own strength and solutions. This kind of acceptance builds resilience and self-worth, and it encourages others to accept their own unique journeys and experiences. The sixth reason you embrace strength and vulnerability is that letting yourself be misunderstood can show true power and resilience. This strength doesn't come from outside validation. It comes from a deep inner conviction and the courage to be real even when things are tough. You might feel misunderstood or judged when you share a personal story in a support group. You step into the circle with your heart racing, knowing that your experiences are unique and that not everyone there may fully understand them. But you choose to speak your truth and talk about your struggles and victories. The act of sharing is a powerful testament to your strength and a bold declaration of your willingness to be vulnerable, even if some members of the group don't fully understand your journey. Just sharing your story can lift a weight off your shoulders and make you stronger. It can also help you connect with others who can relate to your story and make you stronger. The biblical story of Job is a beautiful example of this idea of strength and vulnerability. Job was a man of great faith and integrity, but he went through unimaginable suffering. His friends and family didn't understand his pain and questioned his righteousness, even though they were wrong. Job stayed strong in his faith, despite not understanding what was going on. He openly talked about his pain and confusion, laying bare his soul before God. His willingness to be vulnerable and admit his suffering and need for divine understanding showed how strong he was inside. Job's story teaches us that true resilience is being open and honest even when people around us don't understand. Job's friends, Eliphaz, Bildad, and Zophar, thought his suffering was punishment for some hidden sin. Despite their insistence and the pain of their misunderstanding, Job maintained his innocence and faith in God's justice. His journey through suffering and his conversations with his friends and God showed his unwavering trust in divine wisdom. Job's ultimate restoration, after all his trials, showed the strength he gained from being vulnerable and steadfast in his faith. Embracing vulnerability means having the courage to share your truth without the fear of being judged. When you let yourself be vulnerable, you open yourself up to possible criticism or misinterpretation. You trust that your strength lies in your authenticity. By being open, you create space for real connections and deeper understanding, even if not everyone understands what you've been through. Your willingness to be open can inspire and comfort those who do. By accepting vulnerability, you also develop a deeper sense of empathy and compassion for others. You become more aware of their struggles and strengths of those around you. Recognizing that everyone has their own battles and victories, this understanding fosters a supportive and nurturing environment where true strength is acknowledged and celebrated. The seventh reason you must welcome is the liberating power of self-acceptance. True power and freedom come from accepting yourself fully, regardless of others' perceptions. This inner acceptance transforms how you face the world, empowering you to live authentically and unapologetically. Self-acceptance is not just passively accepting who you are. It is actively welcoming your strengths and weaknesses, your successes and failures. It is about looking in the mirror and seeing not only your physical reflection, but also the depth of your spirit and the journey you have taken. When you accept yourself, you no longer need outside validation and stand firm in your inherent worth. A powerful daily example of practicing self-acceptance is taking care of yourself and self-love rituals that affirm your worth and identity. Start your day with affirmations that reinforce your unique value and capabilities as you go through your daily routine. Take moments to appreciate your efforts and achievements. No matter how small they may seem at night, reflect on your day with kindness and understanding, acknowledging your growth and forgiving any perceived shortcomings. One evening, after a particularly challenging day at work, you draw a warm bath filled with calming essential oils as you soak. You let the water washes away the stress and doubts that have been bothering you. You focus on your breath, with each inhale bringing in peace and each exhale letting go of tension. In this moment, you affirm your worth. I am enough. I am worthy of love and respect. I honor my journey and embrace who I am. This simple but powerful ritual shows how committed you are to accepting yourself. It is a declaration that your worth does not depend on what others think or how your efforts turn out. It comes from within, from recognizing your intrinsic worth as a unique and divine being. Unique and divine being, consider the story of the lotus flower, which blooms in the murkiest waters. Despite its challenging environment, it rises above the surface pure and radiant. Similarly, your self-acceptance allows you to rise above external judgments and thrive in your authentic essence by fully accepting yourself. You cultivate a sense of peace and confidence that no external force can shake in a world that constantly seeks to define and confine you. Embracing self-acceptance is a radical act of defiance. It is when you fully accept yourself, you free yourself from the chains of societal expectations and step into your true power. When you stop needing validation, you enter a state of true freedom. You are no longer bound by the expectations and judgments of those around you. Instead, you develop a deep confidence in your worth and purpose. This self-assuredness radiates from you, drawing the right people and opportunities into your life while pushing away those who want to dim your light. Think about the times in your life when you chose to honor your authenticity over what society thought was right. Maybe it was the choice to follow your passion in your career instead of one that was dictated by outside expectations. Or maybe it was the courage to leave a relationship that was holding you back, even when others didn't understand why you did it. Each of these moments shows how strong you are and how committed you are to, as a chosen one. Your role is not only to walk your own path, but also to inspire others by your example. Your strength and compassion, as well as your ability to embrace misunderstanding and find inner peace, serve as beacons for those around you. You show others that it is possible to live authentically, stand firm in one's values, and find joy and fulfillment without needing outside approval. I invite you to think about your own experiences and the times when you felt misunderstood but chose to keep going. Stay true to yourself and remember the times you showed kindness without expecting anything in return. Recognize the peace you have found within yourself, despite the chaos of the world. These experiences are the building blocks of your unique journey as a chosen one. Stand in your power, accept your role with pride and confidence, and let your journey show others how strong they can be when they are authentic, compassionate, and at peace with themselves. Fulfillment. Your story is a strong example of how we may all change for the better.